Hello, and welcome to Monsters, Magic, and Mathrocks. I'm Anna, and I will be your dungeon master for this Tal'Dorei adventure. Let's meet our players.
Hi, I'm Tegan. I will be playing Jack.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'll be playing Bastille.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Nico Blue.
Hi, I'm Oz. I'll be playing Adressea Nimbus.
Okay, so, gosh, recap. Last time, so you checked out the mission at the mine. You discovered that it was some scarecrow constructs, I could speak, and you went to the farms, found a trail, followed that trail. You took a long rest there on the trail, continuing in the morning, and fought what turned out to be a wizard as they were coming up from the opposite direction. And we ended with the wizard going down. So, what would y'all like to do?
Want to check that body and make sure it's dead, and then also see if he has anything on him to show that he was the one doing this.
Okay, so to check if he's dead, I need a medicine check.
I will check to see if he has anything on him of interest.
And then if anybody wants to search the body, investigation check.
Okay.
2 people can search the body, 2 people can do medicine checks, or you can give advantage.
I'll help search the body.
19
I'll
for 22. Oh, but advantage. Or
I
you
think Josh is rolling.
Yeah, I'll use the help. I'm rolling as well.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 21 to check and see if he's got a pulse.
He's dead.
Ah, sweet.
He's dead.
That's
Stay
a
down.
21 for my investigation check.
I have 22. Yep.
So
Kitty DM makes a very early appearance.
Oh,
Right up
She's
in my
real
There he
getting in
is.
your face.
face. Buddy.
it's hello, mother.
Yes, jeez. All right, so on the wizard, you find a spell book, a large empty bag that's just been folded up into one of the pockets, and 35 gold pieces.
Folded up in where?
It's like a giant burlap bag, like think a potato sack, and it's
Okay.
just been folded up, and it's in one of the
Okay.
pockets. Wait.
So, who found the gold?
I would say like you're both looking, and you both see these items at the same time.
Okay.
So, what Nico would do then is reach into his pouch and pick out like the 4 silver and 2 copper that equals half of his money. He goes, well, Bass, I did bet you half the money I had in my pouch. So here you go, and just chuck it in Bastille's general direction. And then hook that wizard's pouch to his belt. We'll divide this out later.
I'll make sure we do.
So what did I just get?
4 copper and 4
Yes.
silver and 2 copper. Is what was in Josh's pouch.
Okay. Thank you.
Does his component pouch contain the same stuff that I collected in my smell bag?
He does not have a component pouch. He has a arcane focus.
What spells are in the spell book?
I don't know why I didn't think you would ask that, because I'm like, there's no wizards in this group. Who
We're
cares?
specifically looking to see if he has the build construct spell. or anything that could bring those things to life.
I'm just curious. I'm
really
so
need
used to
to
playing a
figure.
wizard that it's. I'm so used to playing a wizard that
Okay.
it's just like immediately like.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
what
I
could be your
have it.
spells?
Hold on, I'm just pulling up the character. Okay, so in order from cantrip to 5th level: chill touch, infestation, mending, message, minor illusion, disguise self, featherfall, identify, mage armor, magic missile, shield, crown of madness, misty step, counter spell, dispel magic, fireball,
Oh, yeah, we learned that one.
we have found that one.
black tentacles, light, greater invisibility, and modified memory.
Nothing that really strikes
So,
as being.
nothing about building
Modify memory.
Yeah, the modified memory. So okay,
So-
so I'm gonna relay what spells that I saw in the spellbook. The thing that
Alright.
strikes as odd, he has the modified memory spell.
That
Which-
means somebody else worked with him.
I would say so. He must have had someone else working with him to be able to create those constructs.
Does anybody have a way to disguise themselves to look like this fella?
I
Do
do
I?
have a disguise kit, but even I can't work that kind of
Nine. No,
cosmetical magic.
I do not.
Well, then it seems like we're fixing to go find out where his house is and find out where our third guy is that we apparently don't have.
Add just say,
Apparently.
comparably
Yeah.
speaking, if you know, given what you found in the spell book, how much more powerful would this wizard be to create these constructs? Are we looking at who did we just kill, the apprentice or the master?
Arguably, given what I know, probably the apprentice.
And
Would
he
I know
just
how high?
blew us the fuck up. So
He was powerful, but the person who created the constructs is probably even stronger. I would have to say.
Like the blue hippo?
Anybody trained in Arcana, make an Arcana check.
24.
So, Adrusea, you would know, just from your arcane studies, that there's a few ways for constructs to be created. Spell-wise, there is Summon Construct, which is a 4th level spell. So the person who did it doesn't necessarily have to have been stronger than the wizard. But Summon Construct is also a short-term thing. Like, I believe it only lasts for an hour. So, like, those straw things could not have been that.
Right.
There's also Animate Object. Also short-term spell. I believe it only lasts a minute, so... Oh, fuck, I closed out the wrong thing.
Definitely not that one.
Yeah.
One of the things that I never mastered before leaving the Feywild. But I'm working on it.
There's also simulacrums. Now that is just creating a duplicate, but arguably you could create a duplicate from the of a scarecrow and then it would then have sentience, and it obeys spoken commands and such. So that would be a 7th level spell. It also takes a long time to cast. It is a fairly high level spell.
How long does it take to cast?
12 hours.
Okay.
Whether we're gonna meet another wizard guy or really dangerous wizard guy.
Yeah, that's what has me concerned here, is because if the fellow we just took down is the lesser of the two, we are out of our depth if we take on whoever's training this guy.
Yeah, I'm aware. So, we have...
He'll need some recon on where this dude came from.
We need to...
Recon I can do, but I'm not dying for this. We've technically completed the mission. We can collect our pay and go.
We can, or we can see where this goes. This might be something far deeper than we expected.
I'd feel really bad if we didn't actually do the whole job, you know?
Exactly. We wouldn't have earned our pay. If you can be silent, and I can send my familiar up with you.
Recon I can do. If you want to send your Fey Fox with me,
I can only
I will
go so far away from it. Can only go so far away from me where I can command it, but it can follow you.
We'll stay close.
All right then, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so are all of you going with Nico ahead scouting, or is just Nico and the fox going?
I think we're all going up to a point.
Okay, then Nico, how far ahead do you want to be of the group?
Until we're sure that wherever they're operating out of, until we're close to that, I'm only going to be ahead by 20 feet.
Okay.
But once we have some kind of sign that their home base or whatever is nearby, I'm going to stay pretty close until we get closer.
Okay. So I want everybody to roll stealth checks for me.
I will take a page from Adristea, and I will turn into a Fey Fox.
Oh, nat 20 on a silence.
Nice.
18.
There is a...
Also 18 for me. No pass without a trace, right?
Oh, that was almost better.
Yeah, I don't think
17.
Jack said.
Yeah, Jack didn't say pass without a trace. Jack's hiding in the Fey Fox.
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
Yeah. And
It's just healthier.
your stealth is at the is the same as the fox's, I believe. I think you roll for the fox, not yourself.
Yeah,
So you just
I got
keep wisdom and intelligence, I think.
Fox is because I have the fox pulled up as a familiar. It has a +5 to stealth.
Okay.
Cool.
My list is good then.
Yeah, foxes have a +5 to stealth. And a +30%.
What was sorry, Jack, what was your total stealth?
12 plus 5, so 17.
17. Okay, y'all are sneaky motherfuckers.
Or change.
Yes.
I am a bright pink spiky fox.
Cute.
Okay, so with Nico about 20 feet ahead, Nico, I need you to roll perception check.
Okay, perception. Alright. It's not bad. That's a natural 17 for a... Where's my character sheet? Perception. 22. 22.
Okay. So you continue down the trail. As you're going, you do notice the tracks from the wizard, and so you start following those. And I'd say you probably travel for about 3 or 4 hours before you finally start hearing that there's people ahead. You don't see anything yet, but you can hear people.
Can I tell approximately how many?
Make an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah, to see if you can suss out
Okay.
how many from.
Dirty 20.
You don't know exactly how many because you know that there's absolutely more than 10. So after you get to 10 distinct voices that you're hearing, you're like, oh, there's like a camp ahead. You know that there's a lot of people ahead.
So I'm going to signal for everyone to stop. Alright, look, there are quite a number of people up ahead. I'm thinking at least 10, probably more. I don't know if it's some kind of raider camp or what, but
Well,
what do you want
there's
to
a way
do?
to find out. And I'm gonna call the fox forward and just grab onto someone's shoulder and just go into the fox's vision and go forward with.
What do you tell the fox in case it goes out of your range?
Scout.
Okay.
Scout and stay hidden.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for the fox.
My fox doesn't like to be very silent. That's an 11.
Yeah. Okay. So you send your fox forward.
Yeah, Nico's not going. This is
I'm also gonna have you roll a perception check for your fox.
You know what? We're gonna do a different die because that one doesn't. Better. 19.
19. Okay. So your fox, while ideally probably should get completely off of the trail, just kind of walks in the forest right next to the trail. So they're kind of hidden and at least looks somewhat natural because they're in the woods and not on the trail.
And they're not a spiky fox.
Yeah. But they head on up, and you, through their eyes, notice that the trail eventually, probably about 50 or 60 feet ahead, and around a little bend, opens up into a large clearing. And there are numerous tents, numerous people. All of them are heavily armored. And
Sorry. Out of character.
They so that was a pretty good perception check. So you don't notice, like, there's no like uniform per se. It's kind of mishmash armor. You things that you do pick out. One, the group the group that you see is made up of all races. Like, it's not a single race. There are Goliaths. There's actually a number of Goliaths there. There are a couple humans, a smattering of furbolgs, goblins, orcs. It's a wide variety. the most prevalent definitely being the Goliaths.
Okay, and it's this sounds like way more than 10.
Oh yeah. There's probably roughly like 30 people that the fox sees just doing a little glance. The fox also noticed that there is quite a number of the people are missing their right eye and it's bandaged.
Okay. Interesting. How can the fox tell how many?
Roughly 30.
All of them are missing.
Not
The-
how many? Okay, how many are missing the eye?
Yes.
I would say like 25% of them ish.
Okay.
So like 6 or 7 people. It's enough that that's not a usual
It's
injury. So the fact that there's that many just seems unusual.
okay.
Are you
I have
describing any
seen
of this
any
out
before.
loud?
Yes.
Oh, true.
Yes. I
Would,
was relaying what the fox is seeing.
Okay, so
would I have seen anything like that before?
Probably not. Not in the.
I was gonna say Nico spending his entire life in Westruun, Vox Machina is pretty well known around there. Would he have any knowledge about maybe the cult of Vecna and which eye they might sacrifice to Vecna?
I would say have Nico do a history check.
Fuck! I knew you were gonna. I'm fucking asking for it. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wasn't quite sure if I would have heard about that.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, I figures.
10.
10.
Damn.
I mean, you know about Vox Machina, but no. I mean, the eye thing is not exactly specific to Vecna. It's not the only group that would do that, so it's not really pinging anything in your brain.
The left eye?
I
For
don't
Vecna?
know.
Out of,
That was partially Josh going, "Hey, is this the cult of Vecna?" But also,
out of like above table, isn't? I thought it was left eye. I thought it's like all the left for Vecna.
I don't know.
I shrug as if I don't know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Who knows?
Oh, I don't like that.
Mm,
Well, sounds to me like all these people are batshit crazy in the
I don't
woods.
hear you at all,
Also-
Josh.
Also note that
you were
I
lit
can't
up
hear any
green,
of
but I
that.
couldn't hear.
Oh, I'm
There we
talking
go.
to the other
Oh.
two that are beside me.
Uh,
Like, sounds like people are batshit crazy in the woods.
this sounds like a fucking cult to me, and well, that's just way more than we bargained for.
Have you all got authorities here?
Well, yeah,
Like-
there's Town's Guard and whatnot. I mean, we can go alert them and tell them that there's some crazy shit going on out here. But
They're not like aligned with the psychopath, right?
well, I sure as fuck hope not.
Okay. Look, it's fair to be cautious. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to tell somebody about this location in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Has anybody got a map to mark where this is?
Didn't you buy
We
a
never
map in
found
episode
a
1?
freaking
No, you never
map.
found one. Shit.
worried,
Not about-
squeaking.
By this point, I have pulled out of the Fox vision. None of us have a map, no. But does anyone have a good memory of this area?
Can I see if I would know this area? Can I lead someone back to here?
I would say yeah, any of you could, because you know where the path was at the farmers, and you just followed the path. There were no like twists and
Yeah.
turns or anything. I won't even make you roll for that. Like it was not hard to find. It would not be hard to find your way there. And Nico, having grown up in this area and being somewhat familiar, you could probably on a map show where the farm is and show them, okay, it's this side of the road is where you're going to find this path, and you should be able to get them at least to the path, and then they should be able to find it from there.
Well, we need to do two things. One, we can't leave that body in the middle of the road, or they're going to know that someone's onto them and they're going to leave. So we need to take it with us, and we need to make sure there's no blood there. Second, they need to blow up the entrances to that mine to buy us time. Whatever they're doing out here, and they're taking that, they're arming themselves up.
I don't know
Agreed.
if Jeremiah's going to go for that.
Well, Jeremiah is sitting next to a cult. I don't think he would mind.
I think Bastille is right. I think if it protects his people and protects future operations, he might go for that.
Better
far
his
as-
job than his life.
As far as getting rid of the body, that's easy enough with a bit of fire and prestidigitation.
How are we gonna?
Should we
prove that
bring
this
the
came
body
from a
with us
wizard?
to show to the authorities?
That's true.
Or would the
How are-
spell book suffice, or his various belongings? Because
Well, they might be able to tell who this is. Bringing him with us is a good bet. Although they might stop us when we first come up the gate with the body.
That's the concern. That would be the concern.
Can anybody draw? Might be able to sketch his face out.
I had to look to see what my kids were. His laptop is kind of in the way. I can always do that. I can certainly try. I'm not a terrible artist.
If we can't, then we're gonna have to bring it with us. But we're definitely gonna have to show Jeremiah. We at least need to take it that far.
Yeah. I can get rid of the blood easily enough. At
Good.
least in the area.
Then we need to get the hell out of here, and we need to take the body with us at least to Jeremiah.
Agreed.
Okay, so you backtrack and return to the body of the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I'm taking it with me.
Prestidigitation in the ground to get rid of any of the blood that might have spilled.
Make it look like there was never a fight here.
Exactly.
Okay, so cleaning it up, not a problem. Making sure that it doesn't look like a skirmish happened here, a little bit more challenging. So whoever is going to be in charge of doing that, I need let's call this a survival check.
I got a +4. Who's better?
You might have it plus one.
I have a +8.
Oh, then you lead that. I'll
I'll be
assist.
shaking my tail, dusting the dirt around, just covering tracks.
Okay. With Bastille assisting, Jack, go ahead and roll with advantage. Survival check.
Okay. Get it? Okay. So that's 25.
Damn. Yeah, you clean it up real fucking good. It does not look like anything happened here at all, and in fact, you somehow make it look like the wizard continued through his regular steps. Are still going.
Bastille's got a copy of his, and he's like making him walk.
I'm just chittering, just asking if I'm doing good.
You're doing very good.
Okay, so now you get the body, you've cleaned up the area, and you continue heading back. Now, there was that fork in the path. One that you surmised leads to Jeremiah and the miners, and the other one that leads to the farmers. Which side do you go?
To Jeremiah, I think.
Jeremiah.
Okay. Now this takes quite a while. Like you after waking up in the morning, it was a couple of hours into the day before you ran into the wizard. It was a couple of hours until you found the camp. You go back, you clean up. You're coming into camp probably around like 10 p.m. Everybody's in their tents. There is still light coming from Jeremiah's tent, so you would assume that he is either up or fell asleep with the candle going. But the rest of the camp is dark and away for the night.
I'm flinging the camp flap open with this man in my arm.
Oh jeez. Okay,
right,
so-
is like right before Bastille. I'm like, oh wait, maybe we should. Okay.
Jeremiah once more is sitting at his little in like a chair by a lantern reading a book, and you come in and dump a body in his floor, and he just stands up. What the?
Before you say anything, this is one of the people causing your problems.
Yeah.
One of?
We think there might be more.
There are more. There's a cult of 30+ people behind you.
Okay.
In
To
the
be
woods.
fair,
Wait, a cult.
we don't know if said wizard is related, but most likely yes. This wizard is part of a cult. We're assuming, at least. Seeing 25% of the people with a bandaged eye kind of leads that assumption.
The wizard wasn't missing an eye, was he?
Nope.
Not to any of our knowledge.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to make a suggestion, and it's going to sound insane to you. Especially as a man with business. Blow the fucking entrances up.
Oh yeah, we're moving. This obviously we've been scouted by the Ravagers, so we can't stay here. They'll just keep coming back.
The Ravagers?
Yeah, the Ravagers.
Does Nico
What?
know what the Ravagers are?
Not with your failed history check earlier.
Okay.
What are the
Fair,
Ravagers?
fair. Pardon, the Ravagers. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What are
y'all-
they?
Are y'all new?
Very.
Obviously.
No, but haven't heard of them.
So the Ravagers is they're like they were a Goliath herd, but last I heard they were stripped of that title by the River Maw because they are just straight fucking evil. They're a death cult dedicated to the Runers. Y'all know who the Runer is, at least?
Don't
Would I
who
know who the
Ruiner is.
Everybody is welcome to make a history check.
Rough.
24?
That is an 18.
6.
7.
+0.
Okay, so Bastille and Adra, you both know who the Runer is, and you know that the Runer is one of the betrayer gods. Adra, with you got like a what 24 or something like that? 24. With your 24, the right eye now that clicks. Legend has it that the Archheart shot out the Runer's right eye during the calamity, and a lot of followers of the Runer will take their right eye as a sign of their dedication to his cause.
Okay.
You know that depictions of him are generally hulking, bulbous behemoth of an orc, and sometimes the single eye is moved to the center, kind of like a cyclops, as opposed to an injury. And you also know that his domains are Tempest and War.
Cool.
Yeah, they're a death cult dedicated to the Runer. I started off as mostly Goliaths, but it's not anymore. Like anybody who fucking wants to join can join. They'll take anybody as long as they're dedicated to the cause. I guess I don't know what the Runer wants. I just know he's bad fucking news. But they travel all over the dividing plains. It's technically one big herd, but like they're divided. They've got areas all over the dividing plains, and they will you know, they go after travelers, usually smaller travelers, and steal their shit. If they found our mine and they want it, they're just going to keep coming back and stealing our stuff. So we got to find a new place. We're obviously too close to one of their headquarters.
Then go ahead, wake up your men, pack them up. Blow up the mines when you have everyone ready to move, because they will come and they'll probably try to investigate it.
And that's
Moving it
that's
to
who's
that
been
guy's probably
taking
better.
our.
Your iron.
They were
Most likely.
responsible for the scarecrows.
It's
They had
very
armor.
possible they're involved.
It's they're involved at least.
This fella, and I point to the dead wizard, he came from the same direction where we found the cultist encampment, so it stands to reason that he was with them, doing their bidding, or maybe he's part of the cult or whatever. We don't know the finer details, but it definitely seems like the two things are attached.
He was walking up the path in like the direction from the camp, like he was coming from it up the path.
That's
Yeah.
what I got. Yeah, unless we
Yeah,
completely
he was.
misunderstood.
No, yeah, you're correct. He was coming from the direction of the camp, and that path did not split off anywhere. There was no camps along the way, and you had a really high perception check for your scouting, so you would have noticed if he had come from somewhere else. His track led directly to that camp.
Would it be possible to have you come with us to inform whoever's in charge at Westruun to explain this? Because we need this identified to make sure that this isn't someone that was wanted.
I mean, yeah. Let me get everybody together, and we'll pack up. Honestly, I don't think tonight's a good time to pack up. I think we should do it first thing in the morning. It's going to take us at least 2 hours to pack up camp,
It's not
and
a bad idea.
it's already late.
Then I
Yeah.
highly recommend you set up some watches. 'Cause
Not in the mine.
not in the mine. I mean, looking over the camp.
Yeah.
'Cause
Uh,
their wizard never returned, and I wouldn't
Oh.
be surprised to see some of your ravagers coming through, looking for some payback tonight.
I turn back into myself and I walk out of the tent.
I can help
okay,
with
we will
that.
get to you in a minute. I'll try. Everybody here is mighty spooked, so I will keep watch. I will take one of the watches. I can't guarantee anybody else, but I'll stay awake as long as I can. I'll get everybody out of here.
I can help with that.
I will ask. I will go around and ask for volunteers. I just don't.
They won't be by themselves. One of us will be with them.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I'll go around. We don't have any extra tents, but if y'all would like to camp here, that's it here in my tent. That's fine. I'll figure something out. I'm sure I can bunk with one of the others.
Where did he put the book that he was reading? And
It's on the table.
What was the book?
Is that another Tusk Club?
No, this one you don't know because he said it covered down, and it does not have the title on the spine.
As soon as he leaves the tent, I want to look at the book.
Okay, yeah. So he does leave, and when you when you flip it over, it is Courting of the Crick.
My God.
Oh my god.
As soon as he's out, I look at it and I.
Give the man his books back.
Back.
Some good old historical smut.
Good job, kiddo. He got touched
Also,
on. It's very important.
I wanted to, with all this new information that we just got, cultists, rooters, betrayer gods, the calamity. Am I getting anything from the ring?
Roll an insight check.
The cocked as fuck.
The inward panic.
Ah, shit. 12.
You're not, and something about that, you don't. And something about that strikes you as odd, but you don't know, you can't really put your finger on why. So Jeremiah goes out. He does manage to find a couple of people besides himself to take up watches. So we're going to do 3 watches again. And I assume it can be one of y'all and one of the miners doing the watches. You just let me know which watch you want to do. So first watch. Who's going to do first watch?
Okay, yeah.
Bastille?
We'll do first watch.
Oh, well.
Just need one of ya.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
So we'll do Bastille, and Jeremiah is actually doing first watch. So I am going to have you roll a perception check. He's going to give you advantage, so I don't have to roll because I am rolling dog shit today.
I'm so glad you did. You said perception? That's a nat 20 with a +4.
Oh.
Okay. So you feel fairly confident that you don't see anything during your watch. So the watch is uneventful, but if you would like to RP with Jeremiah, you are welcome to.
He's just gonna ask him why he didn't think to check the woods sooner, or check up with the farmers sooner, or if he had.
I did talk to the farmers. They hadn't seen anything, and it looked monster-like, you know, like you read about in the books. It didn't seem like people, so I didn't think to. I mean, we checked the forest, sure, but like we just were looking for like a den or something like that. So we didn't notice any dens. So honestly, Ravagers that didn't even cross my mind. They're usually they don't do stuff like this. They as a pack attack people as they're traveling. It's a overwhelmed with numbers type thing. If it was them, they should have just come here and taken what they wanted. It's not how they operate usually.
Well, there was a saying that I came across once, that beasts in the woods aren't as scary as the beasts that live in the cities. So, never assume that it's the one in the woods first. I'd say your guys are probably a sacrifice or something that they've picked up.
I don't think any of the people who went missing went to the Ravagers. They don't take people. They're not like bandits. They don't take people in. Bandits was my first thought, because that's how they would operate, coming in the middle of the night and steal your shit, because there's not a whole lot of them. The Ravagers aren't like that. They worship the Ruiner. They have plans. They have aspirations. You don't just join the Ravagers.
Oh, I didn't say that they joined them.
No, they're dead.
Yeah.
I've assumed they were dead for a while, because, like I said, those claw marks in the mine, I thought it was a creature, so I thought like they got dragged off and eaten somewhere.
I mean, you weren't wrong. That's all he's gonna really talk about. Is just kind of getting a read on him.
All right, so your watch comes to an end, and Jack, since you had your hand up next, we'll let you do watch with a random miner.
I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pat your back, and then whoever's next, he's gonna ask either one of you who's choosing to be third, and he'll give his last one. So you both have a bardic inspiration, and he's gonna go flop down on a bed somewhere, or the dirt.
Is your inspiration D6?
It is a 1d6. You can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So it should help if you roll low. Hopefully it'll make it to where you see something or not see something.
So the random minor dude is going to give you advantage on your perception check.
Alrighty. And I will be, I retrieved Andy is what I did when I left the tent.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Retrieved?
Yeah, because remember...
He
Yeah,
was in-
he was in the tree.
I told him to stay in the tree over top of Jeremiah's tent.
That's right, yeah.
So I'll be getting the down low while taking watch. Okay.
Speaks and stick.
Perception?
I am Groot.
Yeah, perception check.
I am Andy.
That's 25.
25. Okay. So again, on your watch, you do not see anything and you feel fairly confident that nothing's escaped your notice. And if you want to do any RP things, either with Andy or with Random Minor, you are welcome.
If Andy has seen anything out of the ordinary while he was staying in the tree. That's all.
So, I don't know that Andy can actually speak.
He has
Very
stick
briefly.
noises, pretty much like a treant. So if I have to cast,
Yeah, but it's so I'm looking at your sheet, and for the companion, it's basically a familiar, right? This is Wild Companion.
this is pretty close, I guess.
Yeah, so
So would we?
according to that, it's it's a familiar, kind of like Mister. So like, they don't really speak.
You just get like emotions from them, if I remember correctly.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
like
that's
Mister and
an actual
Frumpkin.
familiar though.
Yeah, and I mean, because we know from the non-canon one shot that we did, we know what Andy is.
Yeah, I know Andy's not technically a familiar, but that's how we're
But-
treating Andy
yeah.
is as your familiar. So we're doing that rules as written, so like he cannot communicate with you.
Okay.
I would say if you had some form of telepathy, maybe. If you could read minds and exchange that way, I would grant you that.
Is Andy technically a
Comprehend
plant?
languages.
Huh?
Is Andy technically a plant?
I mean, he is tree-ish.
That kind of, I don't know.
Can you speak with plants?
I can comprehend languages.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like he does not speak because familiars do not speak, but because of the backstory that you've got going on, I would allow a communication via the mind.
So like how wizards or how sorcerers or mages have a mental telepathic connection with their familiars. Like they have the mental, they get feelings from their familiars would probably be the best.
They're just
Yeah, like you can
emotions.
you
Getting
can
hit
talk to him and get like emotions and feelings, yes. But to have like an actual conversation where he answers you back, you would need some form of telepathy to speak directly to his mind.
Okay, I don't have that, so I'm just getting feelings.
Yeah. And the feelings that you get from Andy are just neutral feelings. There's no, like, it's just kind of calm, some boredom. That's about it.
Good.
Nothing exciting.
A good mini mission we can get on. Finding a psychic spell for you.
I hand
Okay.
him some road rations. I
Some-
just stay
Ooh,
awake, making the
them.
miner really, really
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
the miner is just like, you pull Andy out and start talking to Andy, and the miner just like scooches 1 foot away from you, like, what the fuck? She's talking to a twig.
But the twig is moving.
Yeah, but the twig is moving, and he is just all sorts of freaked out. All right. Do you want to do anything else during your watch?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So your watch comes to a close, and Adra, it is now your watch. With, again, another random miner. Go ahead and roll a perception check. You can have advantage from the miner and your bardic inspiration from Bestial.
Thank goodness for that.
Said
Oh, not
Eddie.
good.
Remember, you get a 1d6.
Yeah, that's not gonna do much.
Seven.
Okay. Okay. So
I don't have
you-
dark vision, so
you mean to keep watch, you really do, but you're sitting against a tree. You're by the fire. The other person is sitting away from you because you positioned yourself by the edge of the forest, so they're on the other side of the fire towards camp because they're scared. And you mean to pay attention, you really do, but it's warm and
No.
quiet, and
No.
the guy is boring, and you don't drift off because you don't sleep, but you start to daydream a little bit, and you're sitting in front of the fire, and then things get hazy, and the fire is now underneath a cauldron, and there is a woman stirring it, and hold on a second. Hold on, I thought I had this pulled up, but I don't. God, why is it so far down here? Jesus. Okay. So there's a woman stirring, and as she stirs, she looks at you and she says, Pandora, could you hand me the basil, please?
oh, sure.
She takes
Hand.
it and chops it, throws it in, stirs a little more, and your father's going to be so surprised, isn't he?
Yeah, you will.
We're so proud of you. Us and your siblings. And sorry, like brain fart. I was like, shit, where's it going? That was a very long dramatic pause. Sorry about that.
I was like, where's this going? This is
Yeah.
great. Dramatic pause.
Yeah, I know. It was not. I should have written this down and I did not. So I'm like searching for stuff. There are not a lot of people who would have done what you did for Draylee. So the whole community is impressed that you helped him, brought him here.
It's what
Very
you
proud
taught
of
me.
him. Yes.
It's what you and Papa taught me.
It is. Anyway, give me the tomatoes. Let's get the soup finished. And then it hazes again, and you're staring back at the fire. Okay. Thankfully, nothing happened during your watch either. And you wake in the morning. Unless there's anything y'all want to do first thing in the morning, when Jeremiah wakes up, he's going to get everybody packing things up and get y'all heading back towards Westruun.
will assist whoever is blowing up the entrance to the mine to lay
Yes,
everything
and-
out to make it faster.
And
Nico
blowing up.
stayed up part of the night and began reading Tusklove.
Amazing.
Of course.
Love it. Love
Do
it.
anywhere.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you y'all get packed up and they start heading back. Now the miners do not head to Westruun with you. Jeremiah gives them instructions and they head off further up the mountain. And Jeremiah comes with you to talk to whoever in Westruun.
Could we maybe get a wagon so Bastille doesn't have to carry this body all the way back to town?
Bastille doesn't mind.
Yeah, yes.
Feels a
of
beefy
course,
boy.
That's
Like,
actually a
just
good
a
point.
little wagon and a mule. I mean, that's...
Yeah. Well, it's good because then I can maybe bring some supplies back with me when I return. So yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, Jeremiah gets just a small wagon and with the horse so that it can make good time. And you can put the body in the wagon and head to Westruun. On the way back, do you want any RP moments, or do you want to just arrive at the city gate with your body?
I am going to ask Nico if he is okay. Did I see his reaction to fire the first time?
That's a good question.
Because I was facing not the fireball situation. I was facing the first time that you had come across fire and you kind of jolted a bit, but you didn't.
That was in our one shot, though. That doesn't count.
Shit. Yeah, that's.
The fireball's the only time.
And I think, didn't you roll a perception check and it wasn't
My
that
back
great?
was turned.
Yeah.
So you had run off and I wouldn't have looked away from the enemy.
Right.
So it made more sense even for him to not turn his back looking away from somebody he's fighting. So I was just asking because I couldn't remember if I'd seen anything or not.
I don't think so.
Not
Yeah, other than that,
right
he
up
wouldn't.
fire. But
The only
you
thing
have investigated a weird thing about Nico before.
I have, but I can't remember. It's in the one shot.
That was from the
If-
first episode.
If anybody wants to RP, he would only be asking questions about what we think that cult's doing in the woods with iron.
What are you
Nico
saying?
would actually go up to everybody and give them their portion of the gold
Oh, sweet.
while we're walking. So what was it, 35 gold?
35, yeah.
35 divided by 4?
The close would be 8 gold, because 32 divided by 4 is 8, and then 3 left over.
So what Nico would do is Nico, Bastille, and Adrastea would get 32, and he'd give the extra 3 to Jack because she seems completely out of her depth and probably needs the extra money.
Probably true.
What?
I have little shinies of my own now. Hey, I'll get a lot of stew.
No. Oh no.
How many gold did I just get?
32.
32.
Okay.
8.
8 or 8.
Oh yeah, 8.
Or 8.
Eight.
Yeah.
8.
8 gold.
35 total.
Yeah.
Y'all got 8. Jack gets 11.
Where's my
11.
damn...
Bastille
oh,
is
that's
jittery as
correct.
fuck too.
Valid.
So Nico now has 8 gold,
There we go.
4 silver, and 2 copper.
Amazing.
Why the hell would anyone want to serve these guys? A betrayer god. Makes no sense to me.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I don't get why anybody serves any of the gods.
I Well, I mean, I can understand from certain points.
Not all of the gods are bad.
Not all of the gods. Some of
But
them
would
are.
name the ruiner. It seems like a pretty bad guy.
Oh no! This one.
It's a betrayer god! Why
Betrayer
would
god.
anyone do that?
The betrayal gods are bad. They are very bad. They want to destroy the world, more or less.
Everything in this creation, they think is beneath them.
Yes.
At least the others have the power to kill somebody and choose not to.
But the betrayer gods, they will do whatever they choose. They will kill. They will destroy.
A bunch
For-
of meanies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen enough bad things happen to good people with no divine intervention. Gods are as good as worthless.
Well,
I mean,
the
to
gods
be
aren't
fair,
omnipotent.
and they aren't omnipotent. They aren't omnipotent. I can't speak English. Oh my god!
That's easy for you to say.
Omnipotent?
I can't speak English today. Apparently, they aren't.
English.
They aren't all seeing.
Common.
Imagine having somebody beside you. They have loads of power. Could take anything that they wanted on the planet. They do not have the ability to see clear across the world to one person.
No. And after the calamity, after the divergence, the gods all kind of got stuck behind a barrier. They don't have the kind of power they used to.
So again, I will reiterate: what is the point of worshiping them, serving them? There isn't one.
To keep them having the strength to be able to fight that if it gets loose.
And at the same time, for whatever reason, that faith makes people happy. It gives them some feeling of security that they may not have otherwise.
Nico gets real quiet.
The nature lady's pretty nice.
Melora?
Yeah,
She's
I
supposed to
haven't
be,
met her, but Mama taught me about her.
she's supposed to be one of the good ones.
There's a few.
I've heard the Moonweaver is another really good one. Awkward silence is awkward.
Trying to find my info here.
I do want to attempt to pull Adra aside. So her cards seem like they can tell you things.
Yeah,
I was curious.
during the walk, absolutely, you can pull her aside.
So I just sort of sidle up to Adra stands.
Yes, Jack?
Those cards that you had, you said that they tell you things.
They can.
I was hoping to see if they could tell me something.
What would you like to know?
Well, I have this locket, and I was wondering if the cards could tell me anything about it.
Being able to tell things about. You want to know what do you want to know about it?
It's something I think is mine.
You think?
Yeah. And I was hoping to find out where it came from.
You mean
Maybe
where?
a little.
You mean where you came from?
It's sort of why I ended up here.
Were you born in the Feywild?
I don't know. I've just been there for so long. But there's not a whole lot of people that look like me there.
No, I would imagine not. Not typically a place for humans.
No. That's all. I don't know if... no, it was silly.
Well, let's see what the cards say. Maybe they will have something to tell you. I'm just gonna fan them out. Go ahead and let's say pick one for now.
What do I do? I just pull, or do I roll?
Good question. I haven't implemented how that would work yet.
Yeah, if you we don't have a table for the cards, just have her pull one and use like the app and choose a single, or just pull one yourself, whatever you want to do.
I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Let's see. To the book.
The book.
The door to Pentacles. There we are.
Holding the
Yeah.
locket.
So, don't knock my cards over, please. It looks. I can't speak English. So, this card tells me that whoever gave you that locket, wherever the locket came from, it's someone that was strong, someone that was reliable, cared for you a lot. They felt responsible for your well-being. And maybe in giving you that locket, it was meant to be a connection back to them. And maybe you were brought to the Feywild as a means of protection. And this, I'm just going to tap the locket, maybe it's your way back to finding who they are and who you were.
I sure hope so.
This journey is
Really?
going to be simple. This journey will be good for you. It'll bring you back to where to your roots.
Oh, I love a good adventure.
Adventures are good. It helps you find out more about yourself.
Thank you.
Adra, make a perception check.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Roll you. 3.
Sorry, I forgot I'm muting myself. 3.
My
Okay, never mind.
my dice are kind of fucking me today.
Was this within earshot of anyone else?
That's up to Jack. Would you have gotten Adra far enough away that nobody else could overhear, or just sidled up next to her and talked to her?
No, I didn't really care if anybody heard me. I was just sort of
Okay.
really
So-
curious.
If you want to see if Nico heard, I would say, well, let me just, because you wouldn't have. You've got a passive 15, so I would say, yeah. You heard enough of it to get the gist. All right, if there's nothing else, then you pull up your little caravan. It is a couple hours, and it took a few hours to, assemble the camp. So I'm going to say you're rolling up around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. When you get to the gates, you're stopped so that the wagon can be briefly searched, although all that's in there is a body. So, the Crown's Guard, you get there and they're like, halt, we need to do a search of the cart before you can proceed.
Yeah, that's all good and fine. Just as a heads up, we are transporting a body of someone who was up to no good. Jeremiah Schnook. Sook here can vouch for us. We're working for him for the mines, and just letting you know that everything is on the up and up. We are here to ask for the assistance of one such as yourself.
The man looks to Jeremiah and is true, Jeremiah? Yeah, Hammond. But maybe we can get an escort into somebody, talk to him about this. I think we might have trouble with some Ravagers. All right, yeah, we'll bring you. Well, with the Ravagers, we'll bring you to the Cobalt Soul.
Shit.
And and as you come in, you get 2 guards. Hammond is not one of them. He assigns 2 other people, and they escort you in and escort you to the I don't know if it has a name. Where's it at? The Cobalt Reserve. And they stay there until somebody comes out and brings you in. So as you arrive, one of the members of the Cobalt Soul comes out. One of the minor members. The guards explain the situation, and they get somebody to grab the body and bring it in with you, and bring you into like a waiting holding area to speak to somebody more official.
Does this building have any like specific markings or anything on it that, like, obviously other than the bluish?
It does, yeah. The Cobalt Soul does have a logo, and it's like you can see that occasionally, but it's not fancy or anything.
He's just curious. He's like,
We're being taken to a library.
Are they letting us inside, or are we waiting outside?
No, y'all have been let inside, and you are in like a holding room until one of the higher members of the Cobalt Soul can come and talk to you.
Are there any plants in the room?
No plants now.
the only plant is Andy.
We're being brought to a library with a dead body. That's not the strangest thing I've heard of, but it's not exactly something I've seen
the
before.
Cobalt. I mean, living in Westruun, I'm assuming that Nico is familiar with what the Cobalt Reserve does.
I would say so.
Yes, I mean, I'm not even gonna make you for that. Obviously, yes.
The Cobalt Reserve, they are kind of renowned detectives. I'm not surprised they brought us here. They kind of specialize in investigating the unusual, which I think disqualifies.
I would agree with that. That's fair.
And I think I have a few questions for them.
You're not in there too long, maybe about 10 minutes or so before a member of the reserve comes out in very nice blue robes. She looks half elven. She's got a white hair that's pulled up into a very intricate bun, and kind of olive complexion, and she comes out and sits with you in the waiting area. She does not bring you back into any sort of office. Good afternoon. I'm Kalessa, and I told you have a story for me.
Alyssa?
Kalessa.
Kalessa. Okay.
My Sharpie exploded, so I am not going to be taking any notes for the rest of the session.
All right, Erica. At least it didn't
I
explode
didn't
over
get
now.
it all over me. It's
Yeah.
on the paper. I'm good.
That's kind of the important thing.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, you could say that. We've not been together for very long, but we took a job to help the miners get rid of whatever was troubling them in their mind.
Yeah.
We found out that it was animated scarecrows. They're constructs
and a
They
blue
were-
guy.
being led by a hypnos maggot.
Blue hippo.
Let's see.
This hypnos magon would, anytime the scarecrows would move, he would more or less suggest that the farmers not talk about it. And a wizard, that wizard, and I just pointed at the body, would come back within the 24 hours needed and modify their memories so they forgot. We happened upon that wizard when we were going to investigate the forest, try and find said person that was causing all of this. Got into a fight with him, and then we kind of followed his trail back to a cult of Ravagers. Or a Ravager group. They're a cult. But
Yes.
that's it. They're a cult.
Very familiar with the Ravagers. Yes. And you found a headquarters of theirs close by.
It was
Fairly.
a sizable encampment, 30 plus people.
They're fairly close. Probably about a day's journey.
Right. And she waves to the doorway, and somebody comes in and collects the body. If you oh, come with me to my office. And she leads you into the reserve a little further into her office, and to one side is a map, and there are little red pins all over this map. And she says, could one of you give me the general idea of where this camp was?
I'll go over and point.
Okay.
Yeah. Nico's over there too, going.
Yeah, with Nico helping you, you get the area approximately right. And so she looks at that and correlates it with her notes and says, I believe you found the branch of the Ravagers that's led by Keldria Darkeye.
Does that name ring a bell at all?
You try to make a history check.
How do you spell that first name?
Yeah.
I will drop it in the chat.
Just because I live here.
That is T or a K?
15.
You've heard the name more as a, like, you've heard travelers as they come in speak of her. The travelers who were assaulted on the road and all of their things were taken and stuff. So, like, you know that basically that she's part of these Ravagers and robs people. That's about all you know of her.
To Nico, she just sounds like your basic bandit.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Gotcha.
I go up to Kalessa and just sort of point at the map. Do you have another one of those?
A map.
A map. Someone in the in Westruun said they're really helpful. It looks really helpful.
They can be, yes. I do not have another map, but I could possibly get you one commissioned from our archives. As when y'all put down the pin and she looked at it and looked at her notes, she also removed another pin from the map that was very close to where that one was. Now these pins, it's not like a map with a whole bunch of pins on it. It's like a map of the dividing planes that has like 5 pins in it. And when you put one down, the pin closest to it, she removed that, and the pins are like numbered, and the number, and then she, correlated to her notes to figure out, okay, that's who this person is.
I don't know how useful this information is, but the scarecrows, and I don't know if Androstea mentioned it, but they were digging the iron out of the mines with their claws. So it seems like they needed the iron for something.
That is concerning.
Why? We've been trying to figure this out, what they would do with just iron straight from a mine, and not stolen from swords or other tools or whatever.
I can think of a couple reasons, and none of them are good. Iron from swords and such has been worked. A lot of the times it is not pure. It is mixed with other metals, which indicates to me that they are either building something that requires the iron to be pure, or they need it as a spell component. Both things.
Not good.
Not good at all.
And speaking of spell components, Adra, could you maybe explain we think there might be another wizard out there, and I don't know the details of it. Adra can explain that a lot better than I can.
Yeah, so I came to the spell book from the wizard that we killed. He is a strong wizard. He's got a lot of spells that are strong. The problem that I am having with that is that he doesn't have a spell strong enough to have made the hypnosmagic or really done anything with the scarecrows. I think that there is likely another wizard, a stronger one. Because any of the spells that he could have had, he didn't, for one. He didn't have any kind of spell to summon a construct or to animate the scarecrows, and animation only lasts for a very short time. So it is summoning a construct. The only spell that I can think of that would create the hypnosmagic or the scarecrows is a simulacrum. And that is a very powerful spell. And he doesn't have that spell.
There's definitely somebody stronger at play. I agree with that. Somebody who can use spells. So I will make a note of it and add it to the data that we are collecting regarding the Ravagers.
Have you ever come across a beast or a person that has blue mercury as a residue, or maybe blood?
The Hypnos Magnus.
Yeah, the Hypnos Magan, what has that.
I think that's all of the information we have to provide, and far be it for me to presume, but is there any kind of reward for turning over this information?
The Cobalt Soul doesn't operate on a reward system. We unfortunately get brought too much bad information just for a reward. Should we get something a little more concrete?
He looks.
Perhaps then we
He
can talk.
literally looks down at the body.
Yeah, you've brought me a member of the Ravagers. That's it. There's nothing
What do you
concrete
mean
in what you're
concrete?
saying.
But
You want proof that there's something wrong?
Oh no, the Ravagers are always up to something. But you've brought me a body, which we prefer to jail them, but a body will do. But all the things that you have told me, none of that is particularly helpful if I pay people for that. Because then people come to me with information. It's easy to get a body.
Fair.
I understand we are, quite the motley gaggle of misfits, and maybe not to be trusted just yet.
You get something a little more concrete, something that is a little more substantial. We can talk about paying for this information, but just random information without evidence. I will absolutely look into it. Do not get me wrong, we look into this. But if we paid every person who came in with information, we would very soon find ourselves out of funds.
And I understand that. Had to ask.
I understand that.
Does it seem like she recognizes this body at all?
Make an insight check.
$24.
No, she does not recognize the body.
Okay.
Outside the, she recognizes it as a Ravager, but outside of that.
With a 24, is there something about this body that she's like, that's a Ravager? Did I pick up on that?
Not anything in particular. You think more it's just a style, the Mod Podge of the robe and the clothes. It's like they stole them from somebody else and are using them. They don't quite fit. They weren't made, it looks like they stole stuff from people and cobbled it together.
And that's kind of the motif of
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Where maybe Caladria is into some fishy stuff.
The Ravagers are always into some fishy stuff. They're bad people. I don't know how far your understanding goes, but they are a death cult of the Ruiner. So they are always into bad things.
I suppose just if there is any way we can be of service, just let us know.
I will do that. If you find anything else, please come back. I know we don't offer any rewards, so getting people to come to us is also difficult, but that is currently my assignment, is to track the Ravagers and figure out their current plans. So I will see about the map, and as a show of good faith, we will only charge material cost for the map. So it'll be 2 silver, and I will escort you back to our waiting area, and I will see if we have one. If we do, I will have it brought to you.
Bastille will hold his hand up for a second. He's like, can I speak to you alone for a minute.
Of course. And she waves, or she goes out to the door and waves somebody, and one of the guards comes and escorts the other three out back to the waiting area. Yes.
I know it's going to cost money, and I may not have enough to cover it, but do you older map?
Older map?
An older map.
Of what's in particular? Of the dividing planes?
He's going to get real nervous for a second and kind of wring his hands, and he's like... And he's going to take a piece of paper out, and it's going to be god-awful writing. He's going to write out exactly which age he wants the map and slide it over.
And do you want an area specific or all of Tal'Dorei?
All, if I can. I don't know this area. I don't know where anything is. So, this will help.
It's going to take some time because I'm going to have to see if we have a map that old. And then if we do, I will have to get our scribes to copy it. I cannot give you a map of the era you were asking for. But I can have our scribes copy it. I can send to you if I find it. And the cost is, you are right, is going to be great.
The feeling.
Yeah. If we can find it, expect the cost to be no less than 25 gold, but I anticipate that the time and effort required to find it is going to be much more than that. So, it could be upwards of 100 gold.
He'll go ahead and take 8 gold out of his pocket and lay it on the table. He's like, I know it may take a little while, but this is at least for the effort.
Okay. And she gets out like a little ledger book and writes some notes of the transaction and the payment. Feel free to stop in anytime you are back in Westruun, and I will update you on the progress. I will only send it to you if we've found it.
Okay, thank you. And then he's going to go join the others.
Yeah, she'll lead you back. It doesn't take too long for her to get a copy of the of a dividing planes map similar to what she had in her office. It's not exactly the same. Obviously, the pins aren't in it, but something similar, slightly less detailed, is brought out to you for 2 silver. So go ahead and mark 2 silver off.
Jack only has gold pieces, so she hands over a gold piece.
No, he's going to take the gold piece and hand it back and lay down 2 silver.
The person handing the map is like, I can make change.
I have silver. We're helping
Okay.
her understand the currency here.
Okay. So I will get you a map.
I kind of love that the Cobalt Soul chapter, the Westruun chapter of the Cobalt Soul here, it might be a tiny bit crooked.
Tiny bit.
just a little bit.
I mean, no safe, no place is 110% safe.
Oh no, absolutely
I
not.
want everybody to do, we're going to call it an investigation check. I don't know how to do a memory check, so we're going to do investigation.
Oh god, it's stuck on the tower. Get out.
A memory check?
Investigation?
Yeah, so
So, like,
I'm
history?
just doing. No,
No.
I'm seeing if any of you can recall where the red pins were in the map to see if the map I give you has the red pins marked on it.
Dirty
That's why
20.
I'm investigation. I'm thinking.
Okay, so
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
my investigation is not good, but I rolled okay. 19.
That's the nat 20.
That's like 3.
Okay. I know, right?
I
It's
know, I'm
wild.
waiting for 0. It's coming, man. The nat 1's coming.
Well, good thing
Okay.
we're almost at the end of the session
It'll be
anyway.
an important one too.
Yep, it
It's
will.
gonna be-
So
Jack's
yeah,
just
I'm.
admiring the map.
I will say that yes, between the three of you, you can figure out where those red pins go. So I will, because I did not make one, I will work on getting a dividing planes map and marking those points for you. You won't know what any of them mean except for the one that y'all know about. So I will mark that with like a 1 or something so that like that's your information. You know that that's there. I think this is a good spot for us to go ahead and end. All right, that's going to conclude today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.